Right, good evening and welcome to Black Country Blitz PC Gaming. Right then, let me just sort out my tablet as I've just popped my tablet onto for comments tonight for a change. Now, as you can see, I ain't VR. Let's any cuss core get it to work properly. Yet I will have another attempt, but for the time being we will stay with track IR for this. Right, let's just find where it's got me live now. Hate this when it does show what's live at the moment. Hold on, my videos. Now it should be live. Now I must have the slowest tablet in the world. Again, it's only a cheap one, but it just don't correspond to when I'm pressing. Anytime today. Anyway, I've just picked a job, a fairly long one. As you can see, it's quite bright in it. And why's my tablet gone completely off? That's not good. Right. Pick YouTube. I won't start again. Right, I'm now on YouTube. But why have I got all these other layers? Cancel. What the bloody hell's it pressed there? Let me start all over again. It's quicker too. I'll power off before I lose my YouTube. I've already had to redesign OBS. Anyway, while we wait for that to come back on, let's just turn it back on. I don't. Just going to pick this trailer up and start with a little journey. And see, I'm still in the Mercedes. Happy to say my hands still work, even though the head's a little bit messed up. Right, my tablet's back on. Let me just get this truck on, or trailer. Now, I did try this game in beta. I got a few things wrong, which was a few of the cars in the Jazzy Cat packs. Again, according to Steam, it's only been out a day. Right, let's have a look where we're heading for. Does it show me on this big map? Not yet, until I've actually loaded it onto the truck. Yet until I played this for a couple of days. Right, let's try again, shall we? Right, so that's where we're heading for. From France all the way over to here. I think it's Romania, this area. Don't quote me on it if it's wrong. Anyway, now I'll apologise in advance if this audio is a bit wobbly. It's to do with Nvidia. It's got to be. As I use that Nvidia, when you're tapping on things, noise cancellation, that's the word I'm looking for. I've disabled it in today's stream. And if I was using OBS, which I planned to do today, but things ain't happened as I've planned them, I have no problems with the audio. I've actually got a cancellation thing where if I talk, brings the game down, my voice is level, and then when I stop talking, it brings my voice back up. That's to do with OBS, but of course, if it ain't set up, I can't really use it. I ain't got the time to do it today, otherwise I won't be streaming now. So just pick the quick option here to do it with Nvidia's own experience. It ain't brilliant, it ain't bad, it'll do the job, and it gets me a stream out. So while we wait for, I've got my live stream, I can hit that now. It's only so I can see the comments. and not sit here and ignore you folks. So while we just wait for that to load up, that's the thing. Of course, the video itself, yeah. Right, I can see the comments now. And straight away, good evening, Dom. How you doing, mate? Bear with me, mate. I'm having one or two issues as per normal. Why have I got somebody else's video on and not my own? How bad's that? I'm alright, mate. Just trying to sort a few things out. One of them's getting this bloody tablet to work. Right then, where's my comments gone? Oh, it is horrible. I've just come on and it's just updated to 148, so I thought I'll come and do a quick stream. Just off to Romania. As you can see, it's track IR, not VR, but again, could have everything. And it's weird driving back in this now, not being in VR, but it'll have to do. I must say it looks a lot brighter, so. No, mate, I ain't bought that yet. I've got to wait until I get paid again. But again, we got nowhere till next week. But I will do. I intend buying it. As like Yo says, it's the only game that is specially made
straight on
for VR. Right, tomorrow I've got to pop to the vets tomorrow afternoon. About 4 o'clock. Is it? Jeez. I'll have a look after, mate, because I've stopped up 2 days on a row, so 2 days, 2 nights. So all I've done today is sleep. I've just woke up. I'll have a look in a minute, because I've got the VR down here. I just want to do a quick stream on this. And then do a little race. Because one of the games have had a massive update as well. So I'll have a look at that. But I thought, seeing as this has come out, because I just turned on Steam and I thought 3 gig update for Euro Trucks, it's definitely got to be the 140 update as soon as I've seen it. So and there's times where I want it to go black to do, because put my teeth in, where I want it to go dark now, because for me this is a little blowed out. Yeah, if you look at the sky, it's white, looks good, but what's the size of that game? How big is it? So I really looked. I mean, I've still got 34 gig left with everything I've got on. I messed up the other day as well. I bought a digital, well, I say digital, I bought a drum kit. It only cost me £7, but it's for on the PC, when I'm connected to the PC. So it's a bit of a pain in the arse. I can't play it yet. But it's a bit like Beat Saber, and I'm playing a drum kit to music. So as the notes come down, the colours, you hit the drums, which is just up my street. But when I realised it was downloaded to the headset, and as soon as I turned the PC, I was like, okay, where's my game gone? So I've got to get my room changed round so I can sit there happily playing the drums. I bought that other one as well, that other fitness game. Oh, what was it called? Audio Trip. I bought Audio Trip, but again, need a bigger play space. But that is a proper cardio workout. Don't I know it? Have they? I ain't seen that one. Well, you're saying that. I'm going to be bringing out a snooker one, so I would rather have snooker than pool, to be fair. I'd rather have snooker. It's a proper apparently I think it's already out on other platforms, but I'm reading it and bringing it out on the Quest like. So I'd rather wait for that. That's the trouble, I mean, I wished, you know, like these games that you download via the Steam, I wish to give the opportunity to download them to your headsets. You know what I mean? Which I thought that's what I was doing with this bloody, what you call it? Oh, you tell me. This drum game. But I was thinking, right, I don't know if it's thinking right, is to get the version of Steam for the Oculus, load your Steam account into the Oculus, so like you'd go to, you know, like a browser, log in, would that give you access to your game? Well, I don't know how, well, what game is it I've downloaded? It's nearly 3 gig in size, so, you know, could you do it? I don't know. I did try and download Steam to the headset. So I went to the browser, what we've got on it, and nothing happened. So I don't know, mate. See, I've got the fishing game. I've got that one fishing game, but it's also for the headset. I'm sure it is. I've tried to play it, but it ain't that good. I'd rather play it not being in VR. To be fair, I'd rather play it in normal mode when it's on the other PC. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the bit of money I've got left is go and get that, what Yo said, that wireless program. So just how I can play that kind of game. So I might do. Again, it's got to learn how to bloody put all that on. I think I've got everything else already on. I mean, I've got developer mode open. I've downloaded these drivers to recognise wireless. I've already done that. So I think basically all I've got to do is just buy the program. But I'll go and have a look on the web. Like I say, what time I've got left now today, or what's left of today, is just to have a little go on here. Do a little bit of a stream. Can't do anything tomorrow morning because I'm getting ready to go to the vets in the afternoon. Christ knows how long I'm going to be there with our dog. Fucking pain in the arse. So, I'll tell you that though, the vet wanted me to do a WhatsApp call. We've done them before and nothing happens to the dog. So it ain't fair on our dog, so I says, you know what, soddy, I'll bring the dog up the vets, you can have a look properly. Because I keep charging our old girl to look at the dog. And they ain't doing the bloody job for her, so... Christ, this is narrow. I remember coming through here. Have you played this 140 yet? Because one of the alterations they have made, when you come in these tunnels now, them lit up, different colour to what they used to be. So, you know, look how you start nodding off to sleep. Sometimes when you're driving him, you're tired. They've done that so you don't now. Looks ever so good. Just go wait for it to go dark in the game. But I've got no traffic modding at the moment. The traffic don't seem as dense as it is normally for me. But again, at least it's out now. Hopefully they'll bring out them other 2 DLCs. But I've just gone to me American trucks. That's totally wrecked again, so I've lost all my big maps in that. Pro mods again don't work. Well, again, to be fair, I don't know what they've done, Dom. I don't know, mate. Yeah. Well, it is how you keep buying pro mods and then they do and bring out another update and then it's another... I mean, it's only a quid. It's the farting about, putting all the... Or, you know, how you put the stack in order in. I mean, it must be bad for people like Wombat, Because every 2 minutes he's having to make these bloody new combo maps, bless him. But again, I got no choice there, eh? Bloody, do I sit here playing racing games? Do I sit here playing bloody, what you call it? The shooting game, Call of Duty. Or do I go stick on some on the VR? You know what I mean? Don't know what to do. Although, I reckon if I could stream them better, I'd be playing that Alien one. I did try that Ghost one. Oh jeez. Have you never bought that, did you, that Ghost one? I tried to play it in VR. It's a no, man. Jesus Christ, it's scary. I ain't spoilt, mate. It's just what I've done with my money, ain't it? You know what I mean? For once in my life, mate, like yourself, you can see something for your money, ain't you? Know what I mean? I mean, you can easily go out and spend money and piss it up the wall and show nothing for it, because I've been there, seen it and done it. But now, like, it's you get up in the morning and think, right, what do I do today? Do I have a go on the other PC? Do I do some work? Do I have some editing or whatever? Well, I wouldn't call it spoiled. It's just doing something with our money rather than wasting it.
Here we go.
Oh, I've just turned my trailer off. Silly bugging me. Press the wrong button. It's that one I want to do. I tell you what, I'd rather do what I'm doing now than wasting money. I wish I'd have seen this would have come out with an update and it would have said it's now fully compatible with VR. Oh dear, that would have been a joy. But again, I wish they would make this in VR properly, because this, again, I don't think people watching it would tell much difference between this being in VR or being as it is now in track IR. The only difference for me is the things don't stand out, so they're all sort of flat. You know what I mean on that though, you know what I mean? But if it was in VR, it'd be like with the grasses, it'd be like miles away, and it seems like right next to me sort of thing. But it ain't to be, is it? Right, let's go and fill up. This is a fairly long journey. It's a shame, mate. It's a shame they won't do that. They ought to. It is only that loading screen that causes the problem. So if you don't, I think it's F11 or something like that. If you don't press that, then you don't get to see the splash screen in the middle. So I don't know. But again, you can't blame him because it wore out when the game come out, was it? I mean, VR wore even about then. It's just like our times change, eh? I suppose it'd take too much and they'd totally have to make a brand new game to bring it into VR, eh? Alright, mate. Oh, get in that gear. Do. Right, here we've got a set of lights, totally different. Gotta stick some lights on. Lemon bright. You tell I played this for a couple of days. Well, over the Sunday road. think I need to go back to basics. Skies look well different. Proper dark, all the cars light up. I like to see that. Let's have a look. Wait for it. Got a car behind it. Yep. Yet now see all the vehicles behind you properly with the headlights, which is a must when driving. It's no good like being like when you're on Pro Mods, not Pro Mods, sorry, Truckers MP, and you of course see the headlights behind you. Just how realistic. As for me, multiplayer in this has been made unrealistic, because before you know it, you got vehicles driving behind you. Okay, I want to keep looking at the sat nav. I'd rather look for the headlights in my mirrors. But just because you can't see them, I'm trying to get a car in my mirrors now. Again, I normally drive with a quite high density of traffic, so I've got to find a traffic mod now which is compatible with 140. But this now does look way better driving in the night. It really does. It looks really realistic. We can see that in the distance. I can see headlights. If you go onto multiplayer in Truckers MP, you ain't gonna see that for unless they've updated it now, which I don't think they have. Although, again, I can't go into Truckers MP at the moment because it's incompatible probably. So it won't interest me anyway. I'd rather play single player. It's only tool I play like with my mate Dom that I actually do go into multiplayer anyway. I find it boring. I don't sit here for hours putting on multiple maps and all vehicles. I need to know I can drive them. So now that's a proper dark. I like that. Oops, get over that road. Now there's no weather mods on here at all. Most of the things that was non-compatible have been removed, so I've put nothing back on as such. So basically it's what you see in the tin, except for like the things that you put in the cabin, the add-on hands. There's no weather mods, no traffic mods. The only thing I've got regarding this traffic is Jazzy Cat packs, and at the moment I've seen no troubles with any of the vehicles being red. Sometimes if you've got an incompatible car or lorry, they'll be bright red. So far into the stream I've seen none of them. So we'll just have a wait. You'll soon see when one's wrong because it'll light the whole game up. But at the moment, for me, this is a good thing. It looks like my lights ain't working neither. No, not them lights. I've got somewhere that lights up the whole cabin side. So now them ain't working. Them are disabled. Or I've had to remove them. So again, I can drive without them. I don't take necessity. Just lights the cab up, that's all. Even down to the standard rain. This is standard box rain. And it looks good. So again, there is other people that will modify these and make them even better, but you know, for me it's all about the driving. But some things can make this game look fantastic. Merely the maps with pro mods and stuff, and a few of the other maps, they make this game. But yep, I ain't got this issue where it ain't dark at the right times. So it's just coming up for what, 10:30 at night in the game and it's dark, which it would be. I mean, sometimes I've been driving at 12 o'clock and it's still dark in the game, so just shows, though, it Even I've gone dark on camera. Do apologise about the lighting, but if the game goes dark, so do I. It's because I'm sat in the dark. And I'm sure you ain't bothered about seeing my ugly face any round, so it's all good. It's only till about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the game, and I'll light back up. Now, I don't know why the rain's on so long, as I've got my weather really, really low. I can't remember me changing any of the settings. But like how you see that now, you can see the cars in the distance coming up, you know what I mean? I don't know for the love of me why they did take them out of Truckers MP, I really don't. Because it's as if people drive sensible. Some of them do, but there's a lot of idiots that drive Truckers MP, and that's what spoils it for the majority of folks. So if you can't see them, all you can see is the lights lit up on the road. Took the realism. And I don't know where I've heard people say, oh, it blinds you. That ain't blinding me sat here now. That just looks like it's a proper car approaching. So I don't know where they get that one from. But yeah, this looks awesome, that. Dark when it goes dark, light when it's light. And again, to know that I had to put no third-party mods on, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's happening to the original game. You know, when it keeps crashing and stuff. So yeah, hats off to SCS Software for a change. They'll always dish them, as some people think I do. Anyway, so far so good with this journey. Also, it's nice to see them from the back as well with the brake lights, as I don't know what version they stopped to be glowing, but you couldn't see them. You could hardly see a truck. Now I'm assuming when he does eventually press his brake lights, which, you know, that's what you want to see, so you don't crash into them. There, excuse me. Is it 40? I'm doing 45 in a 50 mile zone. Come on, put your brake lights on. Even got me squeakiness still of the window wipers. I mean, silly little things do enhance the game. Here we are. Now he was saying about that uncompatible thing with Jazzy Cat. It might be Jazzy Cat, or it might be another mod. But again, see how it's bright red. Come by it, it goes off, and then as you get out of it, it'll go bright red again. Yep, so that's telling me that ain't working. It's just trying to find out which items broke.
Keep left and then continue.
As it won't tell you that. No, let's get over. But that ain't really breaking the game or anything. That's just either that's just a skin that ain't compatible. That's all that is. Some of them can be sound related, I think, but it don't affect the game as in playing. Just means that the truck or whatever car is bright red for that couple of seconds. But I'm sure I'll give it a couple of days. I I normally, if after a new release, I normally get a
Keep
fortnight,
left, and then continue.
and then go on, have a look on the appropriate sites for all the updates. So
Go straight on.
rather than get to sites where you get the downloads for stuff, I go directly to Jazzy Cap site. So you gain them from the real deal, download them from there, go and have a look, see any new mods out. So again, because this had new to do with the lighting, I should rather be looking for weather mods or anything that's going to alter what I'm seeing now. I don't want to alter this. I ain't bothered about altering rain. Graphical wise, I ain't bothered about doing that. I'm happy with the graphics that I'm setting the game itself. More interested in
And
getting
then continue straight on.
the likes of Pro Mods back in, all the other maps. But again,
Go straight on.
rely on people like Wombat Trucking or Wombat Trucker. I'll get that right one of these days, do apologise. But like people like that, they put themselves out for this game so we can sit here enjoying it. Again, like everything else, with what's going on with the COVID, like, people could bring things out as quick as they can, so, you know. Like I say, give 2 weeks, I'll have this and
Keep left,
my
and then continue straight on.
American trucks back up to how I had it. But look, that looks realistic now, driving through the night.
Go straight on.
None of it's having to squint so I can see cars or anything. You can see exactly the red lights with them braking. Couldn't see that in a couple of versions of this, so it's nice to know it's been addressed and it's working properly. I think the first kind of mod I will be looking for will
Go
be
straight on.
a bit more traffic. I'm sure people that do watch the channel or have seen my streams before, this game has not got enough traffic in it for me. I like to have a very steady flow of traffic. I'm going to pull out. At least I could see him. So that's what I shall do in a minute. I'll go and have a look, see if we've got any new.
Go straight on.
Oh, by the next time I do Euro Trucks, I shall have a look for a traffic mod that is now compatible with 140. Or I shall go inside and stick my traffic up to 10, which is the highest you can do. In the developer module. Now I know some will say, oh, but you don't get a lot of cars on the road at the night time. Correct, but you do get a lot more lorries. And at the moment, there's either. So, for me, it's like playing on Truckers MP when everybody's buggered off to bed. I like my traffic. This is another thing that you can see brighter now as well. Roadworks. It was forever driving, and especially when they corner the roads off, so they close a lane. You couldn't see that at all. You wouldn't see these road closures until he was on top of them. So of course, if you've been playing this or streaming it, some hours like I do, and you go and crash your truck because you can't see things, it's a letdown. But nah, happy to say now, I can see everything in the game. I mean, just a blessing just to have the lights on the back of the truck. You can see them. Look at that. seeing perfect now. Nice and bright. Now we've got a bit of traffic and I can see all them cars. Blinding me. So I don't like to say. Everything's well lit up. Now on this one I'm driving through 3 countries, I think, to get to Romania. It's over 1,200 miles in the game, so I'm in full stream for a bit. Picked a longest journey. It's happy to say as well, it's a road that I have been down on, so I'm revealing grey areas. Slow down a little bit. Even though I'm going slower than the recommended 50 mile an hour, can still tip these trucks up. I had the pleasure the other week to actually stand next to one of these trucks, exactly the same make and model, this Mercedes-Benz. And if I hadn't have been working and what's going on with the COVID, I'd probably have asked the guy for the sit in it, you know, just to feel what it feels like to sit in a real wagon. I get on quite well with a few lorry drivers that I come in contact with at work. So, to me, it looks like the buildings are more brighter as well. So again, with not knowing exactly what SAS software have updated, we do know it's lighting, but I gone in to have a look to exactly see what they've done. But straight away, the buildings do look a lot brighter. You've got reflections in my window as well, so that could be doing. Again, that's got something to do with the lighting. I know I did have to turn the effects down. That's another thing that's been updated as well. When you bring the settings up to change your seating position, that's now changed. It's more presses of the button than previously. Oh, let's just... Oy. He's letting me go. Cheers, mate. Just in case. Oops. And again, that's what I don't like. Coming to a junction like that, you expect to stop, have a look, expect someone to be there, and when they're out, that's where the realism gets removed. Right, let's get back into that 13th gear. So I know I can keep this truck under the 50 mile an hour speed limit. This is ample enough. Can't believe I'm coming close to half a tank again. Jeez man, he just filled her up. Now I can't remember whether when you come through them tunnels before, you've got that like light, dark, so it like flickers your eyes. I can't remember what that was in the other one. I've been to bed since then, as they say. Here we go, look, here's another car that is not compatible. Now if that's stationary, I think that definitely Jazzy Cat packs. I know exactly what mod that is, and that's where it gives different road events. So that are my Jazzy Cat packs. My Jazzy Cat packs look like them all working. That was a little mod I put in, which will give random roadside things that I'm wrong. That's what that is. So again, no big deal breaker. I can easily remove that. And whether the guys updated it, but I know it's ain't now compatible with 140. Now that looks a bit misty. Again, whether they've done any changes to the weather, yeah, because that does look like a misty grey sky. Again, still banding. And what I mean by banding, if you have a look at the sky with the stars, there's like bands of colours, and that's like low res images that causes banding. So why has my truck lost all speed? I've lost power. Felt like it anyway.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Anyway, we ain't been down here before. Yep, there's that road assist again. So that's bright red. So that will be removed. Again, cool, remove any mods with me all over the road. Cool, take out any mods while I'm actually playing the game. That's to wait now till I'll reboot the game. Or restart the game, should I say. But it does, it looks like the sky's a bit grey with the clouds. Just see the makeshift stars coming through. And it's coming up for that like 4 o'clock mark, so this game now should be starting to get back to daylight, as that's what it normally does between 4 and 5 o'clock, so we'll just see if that's the case. See how that car's coming up behind me now? That's what you'd see in Truckers MP, but without the headlights in the vehicle. You just see the lights of the road. Well, that ain't. Oi, oi. So is that bridge not compatible? So what's causing that big massive red there then? Don't know what that is. Whether there was a car on the side of the road broke down. I thought the bridge had got lights on it. A light display, but obviously not. I did then, I thought, why is all them bloody lights going across that bridge? But no, I got no power. That's due to I've got truck limits on and I'm going faster than 56 miles an hour. But I ain't going no faster. I couldn't just truck or go no faster than 56. I expected to do that when I was at 40 though. Anyway. Signs for neighbouring, so I'm still in Germany. Let's see, it's gradually getting lighter, which means I shall gradually start getting brighter myself on webcam as the daylight lights my screen up for my ugly face. Now this is weird. Why is that brick? Is it because? Hold on, let me have a look. So it's that truck. So it is a Jazzy Cat problem as well. Yep, so best thing to do is, that will be one of the things, go and have a look for all the Jazzy Cat pack. It might not be a Jazzy Cat pack though, it might be another one. I can't think of the name of the truck pack I put in.
Keep right.
Oh, But it's related to that anyway. So I want to be the roadworks mod, that'll go. And I'll just take all the excess traffic trucks out until I've got them all updated to 140. And then them issues will be resolved. And my teeth in today. But again, so here we are now at like 4:45. It's virtually daytime in the game. In an hour it'll be fully daytime, so that's good. Nothing wrong with the original road stoppages. Police cars following the car it's pulled over. So it is that little mod I put on that's causing issues. Just ain't compatible with whatever they've done, modifications in the game. There's another one, Jazzy Cat Pack, look, that's a car, so that one's wrong. Charge this all the road up bright red. But it's just finding out which pack it is that's causing the issue. As anybody that's ever put Jazzy Cat Packs on all know, there's loads and loads of variations of cars that guy puts on for us. So is that the roadblock again? I mean, it don't affect the game. It's just if people watch the stream back and it's like, well, why is that bright red to all the other cars? It's just a skin issue, and I don't understand why, because I changed the pack, or it could have a sound foil. I'm only assuming that could be the problem, but I don't know if they've got sounds in a stationary picture. So, or it's something that's written inside the actual, when you make the skins, that says compatible 1.3 on it, just not changing to 140. I don't know. I've only made the skin once, and that was enough. And again, the skins I made then, and a good friend at the time, Keith, made it for me, are compatible now with any of the versions I've got. So. So I know now, 5:30 of the morning, road's completely clear. Turn off the biggie lights. Just leave my little side lights on. That looks good. That looks really good. Should have filled up with some diesel, as I know I've got a lot more miles to do. Now I've got rid of, had to get rid of it, the smaller version of this. So what we on? Saturday. I don't know what day we're on now. Alright, do I get this off my screen? Right, while I've pressed it. This is how this does now. Where it used to press it once and it takes you straight to where it takes you to the 3, so of course you've got to press 1, 2 and all that, yeah. Which what we were intended to press. Trying to press to get that off my screen. Now, again, be a realism, the cars in the thing have still got the red lights on and it's bright daylight, so you know. So is them lorries. What's, you know, this is me gripe in the game. Give us a manual, give us an up-to-date manual to find out what's going on. When do the lights go off? When do the lights come on? You know, there is nothing that you can physically go and find out about this game. Forums, I'm so far out of date, it's unbelievable. You're wading through loads of shite to try and find your stuff out. You know, sick of saying it on streams. Give us an up-to-date manual. But you'd think these cars now, the lights would go off. Whether these lights are on constantly because they might not, I don't know which cars I'm like. game lights, or now they've gone off now. So what time's that? 6 o'clock. So we'll just see any cars now that come past me. If they've still got the lights on, they could be Jazzy Cat Pack cars or games lights in the game. So he's still got his lights on. He's still got his lights on, I think, and he has. So now there's no lights on that one. Just the little things, eh? Which ones I'm having the lights staying on and which ones the lights being removed. Again, these things don't alter the way you're driving. It's just, if it wants to be realistic as a simulator, you don't drive around in the daylight with your full headlights on.
Keep left, and then
that's what I'm trying to say.
On.
Now that's got its headlights on, with the car behind me has got no headlights on. So when I do eventually take all these Jazzy Cat packs out and the other traffic maniac I think it's called, or manic, yeah, traffic manic, once I take them out, we will see which cars then have the headlights. So if it's the Jazzy Cat packs, we just keep the lights on. I probably won't put them back on, but I want to have stuff that don't look realistic.
Keep left and then continue straight on.
Back over here.
Go straight on.
As long as I can get a more denser traffic flow than having like 4 or 5 cars. You know how big open motorways to have like this amount of cars and it don't seem right. I'd rather have a few traffic jams where I'm waiting for like 5 minutes. It's realistic enough. Being late for jobs. And it's lucky that we can have the pleasure to do that. It's just finding the right mod. Now, before this 140 update, I found a cracking traffic mod. It was giving the traffic flow both lanes, which is sometimes hard to do. You only get traffic normally in the opposite lane to what you're driving in. But this mod gave me everything. And of course now with the 140 it's gone and messed everything up again. So hoping that the person that made the mod will update it so it's compatible with this. Otherwise it's back on the search for another one. Anyway, whatever happens now, we need a petrol station. Otherwise I'll be driving on fumes very shortly and we're coming up for a quarter of a tank. It's luckily they say American trucks, otherwise we'd be running out of diesel and having to use that emergency refill, which of course if you've never actually used that in the game it makes you lose, I think it's about 8 hours in time. As I watched a video some years ago posted by Squirrel, and he says this is one game that never goes back, and it's right. The clock only goes forward, never backwards, so you don't want to be, if you play it, I mean for me, I don't play it like I turn a few things off, speeding, going to sleep, warnings of this and that, I turn off, but I try and stick to the rules as much as possible. Says the bloke who's doing 4 miles over the speed limit, but if I play this online, which like I say I tend to do if I'm playing with other people, then I too try and stick to the game rules as possible. You tell you that you don't want to mess up somebody else's gameplay just for your horsing and bat, yeah? As I know a lot of people do take this serious, and so rightly. It is a good game. It's hours and hours and hours and hours and hours I've spent on this, playing this in the last 2 years. And it is if I've got a choice of games to play. I've got quite a varied amount of games I could play, which have never been streamed on here yet. So, again, this is one of the main reasons why I started the channel. Was to play this with other like-minded people. And stream the content for the rest of the world to see. But this is what I'm on about now. These motorways are so dead.
Go straight on.
It just needs a pick up. Now I'm sure I had. Hold on. Just let me pause this. Can I get into development mode from here? Yeah, I can. Right, nobody's ever seen this. This is developer mode. And what developer mode does, if I can move it, which I don't think it's going to. Unpin. Now we can. This allows you to actually change a few in-game settings if you know what you're doing. So, if I can type in C, that ain't let me doing it. Hold on, errors. So these are more the error messages that you get in the game. For some reason it ain't letting me type what I want, so I want to go C underscore traffic and I type 4 in, and that ain't letting it me go. Right, why they don't let me type in here? So let's type that again, C underscore traffic, and I want to put that on 4. What does that say? Unknown. Oh, I've done that right. Let's try that again. C. Is it capital C or normal C? Let's try capital C just for the sake of it. Traffic 04. Wrong command. Try it again. C underscore traffic unknown command. Okay, type in C. So hold on, am I doing this wrong? C traffic. Oh well. C underscore. There was one version when it would give you all the commands. Hold on. Right, so hold on. There's got to be something up here. But this is where it gives you all your errors, basically, and lets you know what's going wrong with the game. So I'm going to try this again. C underscore traffic. Now, whether it only shows when it's in the game. So let's go back to the game itself. And your core drive and do this. Ah, shit. Yep, takes control of your wheel. So that's just fucked up my stream. Oh well. Once you go into that developer mode, you lose everything. Now normally that gives me the traffic. So again, have they changed that? I don't know. But we won't mess about with it now. But I've done that before on stream where I've just changed it, the traffic number from a lower number to an higher number, which gives me denser traffic. Put my teeth in. Denser traffic. That's my gear stick going wrong. Again, when I go racing, Fanatec will hate it when I go back. But I'm gonna have to have a look at how to get them traffic things up. Anyway, let's have a look how long we got left. So we got 15 hours. We've still got 611 miles. Again, if you're wondering, well, okay, Russ had the banner at the top. That is not compatible with VR. So to get VR to work, I had to take that mod out, as it's not compatible. Right, so if I leave the smaller one up, no. Why have we slowed down in power? Ah, is it the truck's gone? Weird that. No, I don't want to be going and that's the one that's going to change it. Where am we heading for? I don't even tell you what country. I should have wrote it up on the tablet. I meant to do that. I put my map on so I could have read my map actually while I'm driving. Anyway, we'll leave that one up. What I was trying to do though was to bring up that developer module, which would have given me the opportunity to type in and bring up denser traffic and see if it would have increased my traffic flow rather than having these few little cars on the street, to having a much denser population of cars, but with the Jazzy Cat backs on and others. Now, is that bright red? It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's red because it went from red to yellow as I went past it, so that ain't right neither. Well, let's get past him. We will fall back in because I need a petrol station, which is coming up now. There. Really does make a change though, driving in the daylight for me, and it nice and bright as well. I'm loving that, really am. Really looks good, and I'd have made it more. Now whether it will change. It's G traffic. Bobster. Hey, my ninja's back in the house. You know what? Where did I get C from? Cheers, mate. We'll do that now. See? Always rely on your mates. Especially when you got a ninja. I thought it was C. Where did I get that from? Anyway, let's go and do this now then. Right, developer mode. Jeez, eh? G underscore traffic. Right, it's on 1. So let's be a bit brave. G underscore traffic. Now I spelled traffic right, you thicko. Traffic, put the space in right. G underscore traffic. Let's go 5. So that's now the traffic by quite a lot. Right, got to come out of that. Fill me up with some diesel. The truck's knackered, but I ain't going to take it to a garage because that will make me lose my truck because it's a welder truck's job. Now we should have make your mind up, you am empty. this should give us a bit more denser traffic. Let's get a gear that's going to pull me away. I wondered why it was working. I don't know where I got C from. Tell you, trying to compute half the things I do in one day. It's like, how do I do that now? Ah, that's how you do it. You're way far off that, mate. You're way far off that, my lad. As you would say, I feel good. That made me laugh this morning when I turned that on. Ah, dear. Now this is what I'm on about. Look, I could just pull out. I've got to wait. I'm going to cut him up, but at least I've got traffic on the thing. Yeah. It's more realistic now with a much denser traffic flow than having none at all. Yeah. I feel like a truck driver now, rather than some bloke sat in a bedroom. Even though I'm still that bloke sat in the bedroom. But you know I'm coming from. It's more realistic now. You're having to think more. You're driving like, I could just pull out and then now the lanes are empty. I'm pulling out that and thinking, shit, who's up my arse? Who's coming from the side of me, yeah? Might be a little bit worse when I go into the towns, because it sort of congregates more in the villages. But again, so be it. Now they have turned this up to 10 at one stage, but I didn't do it in Euro, I did it in America. And in America, it was absolutely fantastic. There was cars everywhere, there was trucks, there was lorries. It was the real deal. So, you know, I think here it might be a problem. Because I've gone into places and you're waiting like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes just to get out of a garage. Yeah, when you up this up. Doing it this way anyway. It can tend to make you late for jobs. Really late. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks to my old mucker Bob Stafford telling me the G instead of the C. I can't believe doing that, but any road. Yeah, that's still red and it'll go yellow as I pass it. There you go. Orange in that time. So yeah, that has now got to be removed. Well, let's just slow it down. Well, I've just put it on 5, and as you can see here now, Bobster, mate, the traffic flow here ain't too bad. But it might be when I go into, like...
Go straight on.
It's merely when you go into certain places. Well, like that. Them are flashing to say them ready to about to change. We'll see, it don't seem too bad.
At the roundabout.
The only time it's a pain is if they crash. But of course I've got no other mods on. They shouldn't crash no more. This is what don't make me realistic. What is he wait there for? He got right away. What is he waiting for?
Now.
Go on then. Do one. They cause the accidents in this game, these bloody cars do. But it makes it more for me now. I don't know yourself, mate. But it makes it more challenging, don't it? I love it, as you know yourself, when we've been playing it and you've been watching. You know how much I love it when it's like this. I'll risk it for a biscuit. Oh, brakes. Ah, can I? I even stall it neither. It makes you think can change. Well, keep it up fight. I mean, you don't see that. If you'd have had that on one, there would have probably been 2 or 3 cars rather than a steady flow. This is the only place like where this now gets stingy. Give me this any day. I don't know if you've been on the stream since I started. My American ones totally knackered up now. All them big map combos have gone and everything, so I've got them still. I've got to sort all them out, but they've all gone. Unless I downgrade to 139 again. Sorted the A1 out. To be fair, it bores me when there's no traffic on. It really does. I'd rather have a little bit of a traffic flow.
Go straight
So that's why, unless I'm like, you know, I mean, you don't play it online, but yeah, you might do at one stage. But if there's me and Dom, no problem, you know what I mean? It's somebody I'm playing with. But when you're playing this on your own, on Truckers MP, you got, and it's a busy time on the servers, you're just driving these roads, doing nothing. I'd rather sit here, crank it up, or of course, some cases finding a decent traffic mod, and like having to stop and brake and, you know, check your mirrors as you would in the real world. Well, and these lights above me head, I ain't seen them before. I'm just trying to see what I can find what looks new. I can't remember seeing them lights above my head, but again, according to this, I have been down here before. As I'm revealing grey, which is Budapest. Steering wheel's all gone funny due to that crash. I knackered the steering up. At least I lost my mate next to me, that woman. Me Sarah lookalike. It killed me if I ever watches these streams back, I tell you. I wouldn't bother putting it in. I wouldn't put that. I've tried some of his graphic mods and I wouldn't do them, because it's going to mess up what they've already done. So they've done light boxes, according to what I've read, to change the sky. So he's going to modify their light boxes, and that then could mess up. Not saying it's going to, but on experience when I've changed the lighting, it's messed up the nights. So when it should be dark, it's light, and when it's light, it should be, you know, and vice versa. So as long as, I mean, for me so far, by this time now, and I know it don't change much, but you know yourself, this could be dark now. So it seems like we're driving more in the dark than we am in daylight. As I'm playing this, I've only been on, what, less than an hour. It looks like it's more light in the day and less driving of a night. Well, I tried it in beta mode, as you know. Again, with work and whatever else, I had a chance, plus playing around with VR and enjoying what's on, well, I bought playing with that. I really give this a second look. And of course as well, I messed up OBS trying to sort out to stream VR games. So I come over, was it yesterday or the day before, started to make the graphics for my new OBS. I've only got another one to make, and then I've got to resize everything up for, I'm going to make two setups. One for, well, yeah, definitely got to do two setups. One build for when I'm doing track IR, and another build when I'm doing VR, because that one's got what you call it, when I play in VR it'll have to be in 4K mode, because if I can't put the bars at the top and bottom like I am now in VR, it don't work like that. With the racing games it captures the whole screen, so you can't do what is it, my resolution? I can't remember my resolution off the top of my head, I'll do it in a minute. But the screen resolution is, to give me the ultra wide, you can't do that in VR. it displays, from the headset, it displays the whole picture, which is 3840 by 2160, which is the 4K. But I'll do it 3820 by 1640, I think, something like that anyway, to give me the longer view, basically. So if I load this up, like, if I'd got this loaded up in OBS today, it would mean, like, where I've got the black bars,
Go straight on.
I can put my webcams, my 3 webcams, so myself, the pedals, and the gear stick banner underneath, yeah? Or I can have it, the game centered in the middle, and 2 banners, one at the top, one at the bottom. But, like, when I'm playing the racing games, when I'm in VR, it'll have to be the full screen again, like I used to be, and then there's just the cameras overlaying that, like, you know. I don't know if you've ever gone to OBS yourself, but you have to build it. So, you know, it's out text still. It ain't too bad when you ain't got to resize nothing. It's when you've got to start resizing screens. And in VR, you've got a sensor. So if you don't keep it covered, as soon as you take the headset off, the VR goes off. So I've got to put a little bit of blue tack over the sensor to make sure I've tricked it in thinking it's still on. But I was just talking to Dom. I bought a drum kit in VR. So basically, it plays music, and as the colours come down, you hit the corresponding coloured drum to play the drums. But it's only on Steam. So, sat here, I can't play the drums. I ain't got enough room, I'm hitting the wheel and everything. So I've got to buy virtual desktop, which lets me run my PC, but connects me wirelessly to Steam, rather than being tethered when I've got the headset on to the computer. Yeah. Well, you don't, mate. I don't notice them myself now. See, what it was, when I have them, when I first had the television and the setup, Mark turned round to me and says, well, why don't you put it in wider mode? Now, my steering wheel would have been out of view now, right? I wouldn't have been able to see my steering wheel. None of the dashboard or nothing, because it was covered. So by pushing up the telly that way and that way, yeah, brought everything up in the game. So I can see the dashboard, I can see all the dials and all that kind of stuff. Right? But without it, I couldn't see it. Well, at first, my telly wouldn't accept the settings that I wanted to get, right? So I tried the telly. Then I had to go to Nvidia. Now there's 2 ways you can do it. You can give it a custom aspect ratio, or you can do something else. So I did it the other way. Or what it's supposed to do is, when I'm gaming, these games will kick in with that 38 by 1620, yeah, automatically now. All my games do it, except for one, which is one of the new games which I don't play very often. It's one of the racing games. It's an old one. That will only play in 4K mode no matter what I do. So again, I ain't too bothered, but that's the only one. Another one that messes up is Forza 4 or Forza Horizon. Again, it's a game I play all the while. That one I call stream because if I've got the camera at the top now. In Forza I get double cameras. Yeah? I don't get a double game, I just get double cameras. I get a camera above my camera, which is odd. So again, games like that have to be played or streamed on OBS. But like I said before on the stream, for quickness, with Nvidia and the Nvidia streaming, all I have to do is type in the description of the video, make sure in my case that my camera don't go in and out of focus, but that's to do with the camera, not the actual software. Make sure the levels are more right, and I've said in the start of the stream, my audio keeps going funny, like it's wobbly. Now, I don't know whether that's due to Nvidia noise cancelling software I've got on. So again, I've told that not to start. So, you know, I don't know how my audio sounds today. Sometimes it's fine, other times it sounds shit. So, what I will do eventually, I've got a proper mixer. And when I say a digital one, yeah, it's behind me, and there's a cupboard behind me here. But it's at the bottom of all some pile of stuff in a proper fly case. It used to be my DJing mixer from many years ago. So instead of coming out of... So that microphone is now plugged directly into my computer. Well, that's it. So it might have been that Nvidia that's caused the problem. But if it does keep on, what I shall do is, when I eventually do change this room round, as I explained to you the other night or the other day, is I will set up my little mixer. It's now bigger, hold on, it's now bigger than my steering. It's only about like that, but it's a 4-channel, all effects on it, all singing, all dancing and that kind of stuff. And instead of plugging the mic directly into my PC, which again, this don't go directly into a PC anyway, it goes into a little box first. Then the lead from this box goes into the PC, because you need what they call phantom power to make the mic work, which is, the mic's just, I don't know if I can pull it, I call it, it's in my mic, it's just there, out of camera shot. Well, that, if you hadn't got the phantom power supply, it wouldn't work. The volume would be too low. Well, this mixer I've got has got this phantom power built in. So basically, not only will I have probably a better quality microphone sound, I'll also have special effects. You know, like say, it make your voice echoey. There's about 140 effects on the mixer. So, and I keep meaning to get it out, but you know, it's just one of them days when I think, right, today's the day. I've got to go in there. It ain't because it's messy. It's basically everything like what I keep, like boxes to certain things have been thrown in there. But it's where our heating system is, so I've got to take them out. I've got a couple of printers in there that I'm never going to work, so I've got to have them thrown away. And clear it out basically. And then all I can put back in there is me bit of photography gear, what I do use all the wall, like stands and stuff, a bit of cloth, and if I can do, I'm going to put a green screen. It all depends, yeah. If I keep this where it is, which I might do, is where them things are behind me, move them, find a different space for them, and put a green screen behind me, and make all this area just totally green, so you won't see all this shit. Not that I'm bothered anyway, but with Nvidia's own software, when I'm in OBS, I can blur all this out anyway. So I used to have a little wardrobe in that gap. Used to. That went downstairs. But I wished I could turn all this rig round and put the telly where that gap is, but of course every 6 months, or if anything happens to the water, I've got to get in there as quick as possible, yeah? So I have to keep that gap fairly accessible, otherwise I'm in the shit.
Keep right.
Whoops. It's going off track
Exit.
then.
Right.
Semi indicator off, that'd help. Well, so far so good. We're turning this traffic up to 5. No problems at all. Which is brilliant. Oh well, did I speak too soon? This is where it makes it more realistic. Knowing that you've got to wait properly to pull out at a junction. Only trouble is these don't pull out like we would in a proper car or anything, would they? These will wait now for half hour before I can pull out. Come on. Mr. Paul Poyman, Milton Marlbury. This is one thing I could do in VR. I'm like that in VR, trying to stretch my neck to look round the window. You could do it in Europe, you know, we're in track IR and just do that. You could do it in VR. You're breaking your neck. Anyway. Where's all the traffic gone? Come on, Mr. Buzz. Do one. Aye.